Do you ever slip on promises that you make yourself? I won't drink this weekend. I'll stick to my macros. I'll dedicate my mornings to my writing or my side hustle. Definitely no doom scrolling tonight. But then it just keeps happening and you can't figure out why. You're smart. You know exactly what you have to do. You're a high achiever. You have the resources to do it. But for some reason, you just can't seem to stick to the plan. And then you think, damn, next time I just need to try harder. I just need to be more consistent. I need more discipline. That's what I need. I need more discipline. You keep trying and failing and self-sabotaging. Every time it gets harder and harder and you start to lose trust. Trust in yourself, in your abilities, and it sucks. It feels so low. Does this sound familiar? It does to me. Trust me. I've been there. That was my story for the last 20 years until I finally figured out that all these ambitions that I couldn't reach had nothing to do with more discipline. They had everything to do with undergoing an identity shift, a totally counterintuitive subconscious programming that I never knew existed. It's the same thing that Olympic level athletes have access to with these $1 million coaches. That unlock doesn't require a $1 million coach. It's possible to identity shift by yourself. I'm gonna show you how to do it in this very short video. I'm Dom Coryell. I've had a killer career as an entrepreneur and a tech exec at Meta and Instacart and Shopify. I'm not bragging to show off, instead to prove a very important point. It didn't make sense that I could be so good in career, but failing at all my ambitions for health and wealth and love and happiness. The hard thing about being ambitious is it's this superpower. It's a beautiful superpower, but every superpower also has a shadow. And the shadow of ambition comes when you shoot for something and you miss because you can't stick to your plan. So I was really hard on myself. In many ways, I hated myself. I hated the way I looked, the way I wouldn't stick to my plan. If you rewind 2 years ago, I was a very different person. Weighing in at 280 pounds, my blood pressure was dangerously high, blood sugar high. Now I've lost 100 pounds and kept it at a lean 10% body fat. I love eating healthy and exercise. I even lost 10 years off my biological age. I was unhealthy because I was drinking every night, smoking cigarettes, gross, ordering takeout like it was the last meal. Today, I totally quit drinking and smoking. I don't miss it. I go out to bars all the time, totally comfortable in my social settings without this liquid confidence. I've always been good at making money. Ever since I was 15 and I started selling weed and kegs. Considering I grew up very poor without even a shower or washing machine, making money was very important and it felt good. But I was spending money faster than I made it. Despite making millions of dollars, I had nothing to show for it. I had negative net worth. I was spending all my money on these things that I thought would make me happy and embarrassingly on women who were spending my money for me. Now I've become obsessed with my money and I've helped it grow and I've been able to save $1 million. Each of these changes required me to build an entirely new identity and embody it to reach my ambition. Once I did that, I was able to become the person in my mind, and all these actions that were so hard to stay consistent with, they came naturally because they are part of that identity. Here's how you can copy my playbook. It took me 2 years and spending a ton of money on gurus and healers and coaching programs, plant medicine ceremonies. I spent over $200,000. And the answer, the big cosmic joke, is the answer was actually totally free. Now, I learned a ton. I wouldn't reverse what I did. It was a great experience, but most people can't do that. To do this is really quite simple. Step one, you need to build an identity. You think of what your ambition is, what you want. You imagine the person who's capable, you think of the actions they take, and then you compare your version of you right now to that future version. Where are the gaps? What needs to change? Step two, you embody that identity. Building the identity is not enough. You have to become it. The trick to becoming that identity is, get this, feelings. Yes, I said feelings. That threw me too. It's that same thing that I was trying to avoid with drinking and whatnot. But feelings are like this insane human technology. They're the language of the subconscious, how we communicate with consciousness, if you will. So you learn to feel like that version of yourself in step one. Step three, you reinforce that identity. Each night before you go to bed, you imagine that version of yourself, how it feels to be in different scenarios, just for 3 minutes, right before you sleep when your subconscious is wide open. When you wake up, you recall your dreams. How did that show up? You pick your action item. You reframe your limiting beliefs and you note synchronicities, these proof points. These are the steps in the daily growth map. So join me in the daily growth map, build some powerful identities, and manifest infinite amounts of ambition with me.